Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. This is the preview for Manchester United's trip to Manchester City. 3-1 down in the League Cup semi-final. We're going to need an absolute miracle. We're going to need a party like we had in Paris last year. We are going to need to pull it out the bag. Can we do that? It's looking unlikely, especially when you look at Manchester United's team. No McTominay, no Pogba, no Rashford. Is there any hope in this game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. On this preview, we'll be discussing all things Manchester United against Manchester City in the second leg, 3-1 down, as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's thoughts in the press conference today. He has sent Twitter into an absolute meltdown with some of his comments today. He has done it. He's gone and done it. The only person that I think creates more headlines when they speak is Donald Trump. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer speaks, the world goes crazy, especially Manchester United fans, and he's done that yet again today with some of his comments before this match, and some of them about players that aren't even at this club. No, not Bruno Fernandes. We're done with that one. The current talk is after Barcelona via Valencia. What the hell's going on there? United were also signing a player this morning that didn't turn out to be the player. It was a lookalike of the player because Samuel Fuckface decided to tweet, what is going on in this world? It's absolute transfer window madness. We've only got a few days of it left anyway, thank God for that. But we have got a football game to talk about. And Manchester United up next. Manchester City in the next game. Difficult game, you've got to say. And I don't know what to think. I don't know what to hope. I don't know what to say about this game. It is a worrying one. I'm sweet enough Turkish. Is that some snatch references going on in the comments? I'm loving that one. Stoic says, strapping tight for this one, boys. We're going to be mauled. Adam, when our manager is talking about bringing Sanchez back, you know we're in trouble, says Cutty one. And that is one of the comments we're going to be discussing on this preview show today because he spoke about it in his press conference. We have got the Patter shirt back on again. I apologise. I wear it too much, don't I? I'm one of those guys. I'm not going to wear a t-shirt once. And because I'm on videos, it looks like I wear them all the time. But what can I do, eh? What can I do? If I wore a top that... If I'm going to wear a top that I'd already worn in a video, I'd not have much clothes left. I'd be a broke guy. Yeah, you super chat. I'm just joking. Don't want Sanchez back, says Michael. Sanchez is finished, says Flow Rider. Green and gold until the club is sold, says Cannonball and I'm Pin. With something that we all can agree with. I'm sure it's just difficult to get them out of there, isn't it? The Lone Wanderer says, what have I missed? You haven't missed much yet. We've literally just started. We are talking about Manchester City against Manchester United in the Manchester Derby, the League Cup semi-final. Second leg, United 3-1 down, needing a miracle. Can we pull it off? Probably not. Now we're going to go into the team news first. Ollie's team news from that game against City. So let's bring up his team news. Probably should have had this up already, but I didn't. He says he's hoping the Nemanja Matic will be fit for Wednesday's Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Manchester City. So we're hoping he's fit. So obviously something has happened there. He came off at half-time against Tranmere. I thought it was just a case of him being, rested. But it's clearly not. Because Ali said he wanted to take off Martial, which he did. And he wanted to take off Harry Maguire, but he couldn't, so he took off Nemanja Matic. Apart from Nemanja Matic, it's the same squad. Wan-Bissaka will be back in the squad. De Gea too. We should be the same squad that's been travelling lately. So the same squad. Nemanja felt something, and to make sure we gave him the best chance possible for tomorrow night, we took him off. I think he should be alright, but let's see today in training. So question marks over whether Nemanja Matic does play or not in this game. Manchester United, though, it's a difficult game. We know that, with or without Matic, without Pogba, without McTominay, without Rashford. It's a difficult one. Oli wants another PSG win, says Michael Jones. He does indeed. Are we going to get it? Probably not. We haven't got the hype that we had going around the team. That momentum going around the team that we had going into that game. We haven't got that at all. And it's difficult to see whether we do it or not. But we beat them there at home this season. Again, though, we had Rashford. We beat them there at the Etihad when they were at home this season. And Can we do that again? I don't know. I think we're going to go with the back three, you know. I think we're going to go with the back three. What are you guys saying? Do you think we'll go with the back three, back four? Do you care? Do you have a preference for this game? Which one do you think would work the best? Any news on Bruno? The latest rumours, it's not news. The latest rumours are that he's possibly going to Barcelona via a loan move to Valencia. How true that is, God knows. Why would Barcelona buy a player to loan him to Valencia? I don't get it. But nevertheless, that's what the latest rumours are. What I love about Man United fans is, I'm the same. When we hear a rumour, so we hear Bruno Fernandes to Man United is close, and we're all like, fuck off, that's bullshit, that's not happening, you're talking rubbish. And when we hear Bruno to Barcelona via a loan move to Valencia, which sounds crazy, we're all like, we've missed out on another player, like it's definitely happening. I love that. We always flipping it around and always fearing the worst when there's rumours about other clubs and thinking that every move's going to fall through when it's Man United. To be fair, when it is Man United, it's probably because it is the case. We've got Judge and Woodward doing dumber and dumber in the boardroom, trying to sign players. They can't sign anything. But in February or March, we'll probably end up with another commercial deal. Ali has lost the plot, says Andy. And the reason he's saying that, I'm assuming is because of Ollie's comments regarding Alexis Sanchez today. Now, Alexis Sanchez at Inter Milan on loan, hasn't played many games, had an injury. Did he get sent off in a game as well? Get suspended? Maybe, but he definitely had an injury. Scored a goal or two, but hasn't had the best of times out there on loan. Alexis Sanchez, Ollie in the press conference saying he could come back in the summer and prove everyone wrong. Don't think anyone's expecting that, Ollie. But why is Ollie saying that? Does Ollie genuinely believe it? Does he have to say that because Inter Milan don't want him, and we kind of need to keep pretending we're happy with bringing Alexis back? So if any club is interested, they kind of still have to come in with a fair deal for him. There could be many reasons why we'd be saying that. Now, one thing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is he's the complete opposite of Jose Mourinho, in that Jose was very negative, Ole is very positive. He doesn't like to clean his dirty linen out in public. He doesn't like to criticise his players out in public. He'd rather do it behind closed doors, which is fair enough. But in doing that, he occasionally then says things which make him sound nuts, which make him sound absolute nuts. In trying to protect his players, in trying to keep morale high, in trying to keep them on side, he sounds nuts at times. And again, in this case, you have to ask, why is he saying that? And that's one thing I'd say to everybody. Look, he can do what Jose Mourinho did, but you're not going to last long. You're not going to last long. If you do what Jose Mourinho did, you're not going to be in the job for much longer. Jose at the start was very positive and open about a great relationship with Ed Woodward and the board and the owners. Only in his last 6 months did he start going on a mad one, because he knew his time was coming to an end. I need to make the reasons be known why and get out of here. That happened. He burnt the house down and left. That was detrimental to the players, but he made a point and protected his image. Now, Ollie could do that, but it doesn't bear any benefit to the club doing that in public. Can you imagine Ollie coming out and saying, the players are shit, we're not signing anyone because the board's fucking useless? Can you imagine him doing that, adding that further negativity onto the club? The stories that would be being written, the further negativity around games. That there's already negativity, but at the moment it's all being focused at the owners and Ed Woodward. Imagine then that we have a manager that's feeding into this negativity, calling out his players, calling out it'd be a whole recipe for disaster. And I think at the moment we've all been to those family parties where everyone has a little bit too much to drink. They get a little bit too leery. Someone starts arguing. your two uncles are arguing, and in the middle, your mum's there, trying to calm things down. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is your mum, trying to calm things down, trying to keep the peace. If they start going mad in the middle, this is all kicking off and going to shit. So he's kind of got to, he's in a catch-22 situation. And that's not to say he deserves excuses for some of the results. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, think about why he's saying those things. Think about why he's saying those things. Or, just like me, don't watch press conferences anymore. Don't watch them anymore. They're only going to infuriate you. They're only going to infuriate you. So I think you just have to think about why they're saying things before throwing your toys out of the pram. Because I don't want to hear Alexis Sanchez is coming back either. That's fucking stupid. And I will, that comment is stupid. But then I ask myself, why is he saying it? Why is he saying it? You have to do that. And I just think, he's in a difficult position at the moment. Akshan sounds a lot like my family, that. How much worse could it get? Let's be honest, Andy. Come on, it could get a lot worse. We'll get possibly out of the League Cup Wednesday night. All right, cool. Semi-finals of the competition. All right, whatever. It could get a lot worse. I think at the moment it's par for, we expected to be around 4th, 5th, 6th with this team. We expected to still be in the Europa League. We expected probably to see more goals, in the way we were playing under Ole. We'd concede a few more, we'd score a few more. We expected better results against the likes of Watford and Aston Villa and Everton. But generally speaking, in the bigger picture thing, it's about par for course, given what we've spent in the last 4 windows, given the players that we've let go, given the manager that we even have. It's about par for course. If Ole gets to the end of the season and we're 5th, but if he starts going nuts and the players lose their heads and it's civil war at United, it will get worse. We need 4 or 5 players. So Zephyr. Andy says it's true, but there's literally nothing positive ever coming out of United. It seems to be all bad. That's how it feels at the moment, bro. You think Ollie's being forced not to say anything about transfers, says Josh? I don't know. I think a lot of managers just choose not to talk about players at other clubs. It weakens their hand a little bit. So I think a lot of, even Jose used to do it. Fergie. I can't speak about players that are at other clubs unless they were feeling mischievous, unless they knew the deal was done or they needed to say something to get that deal done. They'd try and keep their cards close to their chest, which is fine. Zephyr feels confident saying we're going to challenge next year under Ole, mark my words. I think, look, I don't know about that. But I do think, like I've always said, I said at the time when he got the job, I don't think giving Ole the job was the right thing to do. I don't think that at all. I think it was a knee-jerk decision by the board to give him the job, and I said that at the time. But what I will say is that when he come in, I knew he'd take a lot of the pain and the slack for the next manager. Getting rid of some of the players. The few signings that he has made will benefit the next manager. Giving some of the younger players a chance. I think he's actually built a foundation there. Now you can argue the football's not been good enough. He could have coached a bit more. The tactics, you can argue all those things validly. But I do think he's taken a lot of pain for the next manager. If you get a Poch in and he still hasn't got Ashley Young and all these guys hanging around, Matteo Darmian, and we're likely to see Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones leave at the end of the season. Like, if you get a new manager in and he hasn't got to get rid of all that shit, he's just got to bring his players in. Obviously, we then have the issue with the board, which I'm trying to ignore for now, but if you get to that point, then you can, you know, he's done the legwork for the next manager. So I think we will ultimately, however successful Oli is in the long term, I think we'll look back at this time and be like, that was where it started to turn, maybe. I think that's a possibility. Can't we get a loan like the Glazers to buy United? It's a good shout, to be fair. My credit rating is probably not good enough. We ain't competing for anything under Ali. He won't win a single trophy, says Cutty. I think that's a possibility. I just love how United think they're in a place to say we're not going to overpay for players. They lost that right a long time ago. Andy, bang on, mate. Especially when you've got your CEO running around saying, oh, you know, we can do things other clubs can't do. And now when we need the players and we need to rebuild, you're deciding to not spend the money. Now, when we need it, you're fucking mental, mate. You're absolutely mental. None of the managers have been backed correctly, says Daz. We need a director of football, but not the one we're looking at, says Cutty. Rambo says he's a liar and a puppet. Come on, mate. Like, every manager in the job, even our greatest, puppet is an unfair word, but every manager has defended those cunts. I don't like them either, and I'm not even defending Oli and saying he's the right man for the job, but every manager has defended those cunts. So don't be using it as a stick to beat Oli with, because you're fucking mental. You go into work and call your boss a prick. Go into work and call your boss a prick. See what happens. You won't be there long. It's not, it's not going to happen. Jose did it to save face. Fergie used to defend him. If it wasn't for Fergie getting into a fucking dispute about horse spunk, they wouldn't be here in the first place. But Fergie used to defend him. Jose used to defend him. Solskjaer has to he's not even defending them, he's just not calling. Like, stop expecting one of their employees to call them out. Criticism has to come from the outside. I can totally understand when people say, like, Gary Neville, Rio, all these ex-Manchester United players that are pundits that aren't calling them out. But expecting one of their employees to call them out is ridiculous. We've had regular staff at Manchester United, so that work at kiosks, that work as stewards, that work at random jobs around Old Trafford. We have had those guys speak to us on camera and get sacked. So much so now that if anyone comes up to us and they're wearing a United ID or whatever, I have to say to them, bruv, if you talk to me, you could get sacked. So expecting the manager of the club to come out and do it is ridiculous. Just get your criticisms correct, do you know what I mean? Criticise him for results, criticise him for the style of football, criticise him for being a football manager. But criticising him for something that every manager has done is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Sorry, it is. I have no doubt behind closed doors Oli has rows with Woodward. Says Daz, I agree. Maybe not rows, but I definitely think he's a lot more pissed off behind closed doors in terms of the squad, the inability to sign players, all of that stuff. He's not gonna come out and say Alexis Sanchez is shit. No wonder Inter don't want him. Why is he gonna do that? This guy is apparently an asset to United who's worth a little bit of money. Why is he going to come out and say that? He's not. So you have to ask why. D. Rajan says, can we hold Fergie and Sir Bobby Partliff? They're just employees, bruv. It's too early in the afternoon, Adam. Calm down. I'm calm. I just find it, it's unfair to do these things. It was like, when I criticised Jose in his last 12 months for the way he was going on and things he was doing and saying. But in the summer when he never got players that he wanted and he was I never criticised him for that, and I always said that the board should have backed him more. And I think you've got to be fair in your criticisms. You've got to be. You can't just always be negative about someone, because it's clearly not going to be the case every single time. And if you think Ollie's heart isn't in the right place, if you think he's trying to pull the wool over our eyes just to, I don't know, for the benefit of himself, I think you're a bit deluded. Because I think out of every manager, he's the one that actually probably wants to do the best with Man United. Whether he can, he's probably the least qualified to do it, which again comes down to the board and Ed Woodward. It doesn't come down to him. It'd be like if they gave me the job, I would want to do the best. My heart would be in the right place, but I'd be the wrong man for the job. Absolute disgrace, this club, says Big Z. It's a shambles in some areas, isn't it, mate? Right then. Team news. Obviously, I didn't update this when Matic was injured, but Matic is 50-50, so let's pretend he's fit anyway, just so I don't have to change this and crash the whole laptop getting onto Photoshop. I've gone with a back three: Romero in goal, Maguire, Lindelof and Bailly, and Wan-Bissaka, Matic, Fred, Williams, Lingard, Martial and Greenwood. So I've gone with a 3-4-1-2 formation. Obviously we know I could have listed City's whole team under their key players. They beat us 3-1 in the last match, and my prediction is a 1-1 score. I've got to say that's hope rather than expectation. I'm not expecting a draw from Manchester United at all, but I'm hoping. Pay the extra 10 million and get the players in as the champion. Big Z, love you man, thank you very much. United fans in as well, thank you for joining in. Big Z again. Sim. You don't work for them. Why don't you walk out and them to fuck off? Huh? Is that about the walkout? If the walkout happens and everyone does it, I'm involved. I do not work for the club. The Glazers and Woodward can't tell me what to say. The worst they could do is block my season ticket, but I'm sure that's some violation of something there. Just for freedom of speech. Imagine that they went on mad and started saying that everyone's singing them songs. Got banned and stuff. Moving like fucking... Unless we got 5 billion or willing to organise a boycott, we can do nothing about it. Owner says Zephyr. Paris 2.0 says Ashwin. Liking your team, Adam, it makes sense as the champ. Super happy. I'm not ignoring your comments, mate. I just read one out. Yeah, so that's the team that I'm going for. Romero, Maguire, Lindelof, Bailly, AWB, Matic, Fred, Williams, Lingard, Martial, Greenwood. 3-4-1-2. Give us the cover at the back. I think Maguire, Lindelof, Bailly will be better with possession than Phil Jones was against City. Frustrating thing in the home game. We kept trying to play out. They kept allowing us to play out. They kept breaking on us. It was awful times for us, and we've got to try and beat that press if we are going to play out, which I assume we are. That's why, look, we had a decent game against Tranmere, scored a goal and all that, but that's why I wouldn't be playing Phil Jones in this game. Wan-Bissaka, Matic, Fred, Williams. Goes without saying, Matic and Fred, pretty much the only midfield options we have, and that's if Matic is available. Lingard, you know, you could shout for Danny James to get a start possibly, but in this formation, I think in that number 10 position, you're going to be looking at Pereira, Mata, Jesse Lingard, Angel Gomez. Gomez isn't going to start, so we can put that one out the window right away. You're looking at Lingard, Pereira, Mata. I think with the fact that it's away from home, probably not matter. So you're down to Pereira, Lingard. I'd go with Lingard personally. Got a goal, albeit against Tranmere. His performance was a little bit better. Should have had a hat-trick, to be fair. He could have scored a few more goals. His finishing wasn't great, but everything seemed to come through him. And there seemed to be some, hopefully Lingard, Martial, Greenwood can build some sort of understanding in Rashford's absence. So gone with them. Greenwood won't start tomorrow, says Cannonballer. Away goal isn't used in the League Cup. You are correct, Danny. Alternative to Matic if he's out, says Jordan. You could see Pereira playing that position, which isn't great, is it? Isn't great at all. Got Organa, yeah, but again, is he gonna? All this talk about youth as well. He lied from the start. That's unfair. That's unfair. There's one in every department in that team there. Wow. There's two. Williams and Greenwood. If Axel Twanzebe wasn't injured, Axel would have been playing a lot more. I think that's a little bit unfair. Angel Gomez is one where you could say, yo, Angel should have been getting more minutes, and I agree with that. I would have liked to have seen Angel Gomez being given more minutes. But I think it's unfair to say that, you know, Mason Greenwood's been treated right, I think. He's on 10 goals this season. Brandon Williams is coming through fantastically well. He's let Ashley Young go. Brandon Williams has now progressed in that pecking order. I think that's a little bit unfair. Wan-Bissaka, albeit cost £50 million, young player, first season at Manchester United. Rashford's improving and getting better as well. Martial. So I think it's a little bit unfair, that. But he says he's talking about Gomez mostly. Anshesh is catching up late. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're keeping it locked to AdamMcKola TV as well. Can you hit that subscribe button? I'm going to try and hit. So I'm on 64.8k subs at the moment. So I'm going to set myself a target of filling Old Trafford by the end of this season. Now, we know there's probably like 50k going to be at the next home game. But there's the amount of seats in Old Trafford. So I'm going to try and fill that by the end of the season. So I'm on 64.8k. That means I've got to get around 10.2 thousand subs in 4 months. That's possible, I think. It's more than possible. So get hitting that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to AdamMcKola TV yet. We're trying to do the thing. Make sure you're liking this video as well. I'm liking this comment from Joshua. We love the club so much. We're really sad, not angry. Disappointed. And when your parents used to get disappointed, that was when you'd feel it the most. When you want them to get angry at you. Disappointed was the worst. We're disappointed right now. We could play AWB as one of the centre-backs and give the lower chance on the right, says Ashwin. That is a very good shout, to be fair. And it's not something I'd be totally against. Probably won't see it in this game, but could see it in the future. But especially with us needing to get a goal or two, it could be something that we could go with. My prediction for this game isn't a positive one. I think City might tend to hold back a little bit in order to not open up so much. Because if we score the first goal, anything can happen. City are always going to, play the same way, of course, but I just think they're not going to be as relentless. So we could get a result here, but I'm not expecting us to be going through. I'm expecting us to draw this game. I don't even know if I'm expecting that, to be honest. But I say it out loud that we're going to get a draw, but I'm not sure. We just beat Tranmere 6-0 though, so say something, fools. Say something. Are you watching, Merseyside? Ashley Young made an assist on his debut, says Mo, yeah, they did, but they also drew. While we were beating Tranmere 6-0. Where would you rather be, mate? In Milan or in Tranmere? We've got players chomping at the bit. Hope we see these players tomorrow, says Sim. Get your score predictions in for Manchester United's second leg against Manchester City. Can United do Paris 2.0? I'm thinking probably not, but you never know. You never know. Stranger things have happened. I'm going 1-1. What is your score prediction? Get your likes and your score predictions in them comments, so I can read a few out before I get the fuck out of here. So, hurry up. Lone Wanderer. Appreciate you, brother. What is that? It's a cool little fist bump. Right back at you. Thank you for the super chat, Lone Wanderer. Super Happy thinks it's going to be 2-1 City. Ashwin thinks it's going to be 2-0 United. That means going to extra time. Hello, Adam. Keep up the good work. This is DJ John T. I appreciate you, mate. 2-2 for tomorrow, says Anshesh. 3-0 City if they want to, says Andy Williams. Did I read out Ashwin's 2-0? I think I did. Biggie Smalls is in the comment. I just hope we don't get embarrassed, says Cotty. The champion says, what's going on with Axel? The last I heard, he was injured. And hopefully he's back soon. Alisco says, Adam, you said 6-0 last game. I did say 6-0 last game. I didn't say it on here. I said it on Full Time Devils as a joke. But I really meant it. And I was right. Get hitting that like button for me, guys. Get subscribing to AdamMcKola TV. Keep your comments coming in. Sean thinks we're going to lose 3-2. The champion thinks we're going to win 2-1. He says, I can't not back us. It's deluded. I know. Don't worry. I feel the same way, and I've said 1-1. So, there you have it. Bobby the T-shirt artist thinks it's going to be a Greenwood hat-trick. Adam, it hurts to say this, but 4-1 City, says Joel Cox. Yuvaraj says 2-2. And what jersey is that? It's the Pata NY collaboration that I got my mate John Shin to send me over from New York because I couldn't get to the shop myself, obviously. Shout out John Shin. Thank you for tuning in to AdamMcKola TV. Thank you for your super chats, your comments, your likes, your shares. If any super chats come in between now and when I end this video, I do apologise if I haven't read them out, but I love you all. For now though, guys, I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.